everyone, Mineycart here, but you can call me Miney, and welcome back to another video, guys, another Saturday Shuffle video, guys. And in today's video, this video may seem a little bit weird, but I wanted to record this, and there wasn't really anywhere to slot it in, so I'm slotting it in now, in March. Hello, welcome to March. Hello, it's the 15th of March, I believe, today, so it's quite far from Christmas, but I wanted to talk about this, and as you may imagine, I'm recording this near Christmas. It's going to be the 29th of December, so hello from the past. But I wanted to talk about this service, which I didn't know existed. Actually, I think I probably heard about it, but I didn't really look too much into it. It's what we call the Santa Express, and it's a special service that is put on. I don't know who it technically puts on, if it's a real-time trains thing, or if it's, you know, it's just something real-time trains cover. But basically, it's basically a Santa train. You can, you know, it's one of those things that you could show to your kids, and come like, oh, Santa's going to be here at this time or soon. And I wanted to look at this because some of these, like, bits that the train is doing are very weird. Obviously, we're going to completely ignore the timings because this train is scheduled to stop at every single stop at the same time. But we're just going to look at the routes the train's taking around, like around the area that I'm familiar with, sort of around the Birmingham bubble. And we can go ahead and look at them. And so first of all, we've got this wonderful rendition of what the train looks like. You've got Rudolph here at the front with the sleigh, the presents, the coal, and then some mulled wine, and then a fast train on the back. And then we've got a merger station. Now, again, I'm going to scroll through until we find, like, an area that I'm familiar with. Because I could, you know, me talking about, like, the north, I'm not overly familiar with. Okay, so we go to Shrewsbury. We'll start here with this one at Shrewsbury. And then it goes down the line towards Wolverhampton. That's all good so far. Gosley, Tipton, Dudley Port, Samwell and Dudley, Smethwick, Gorton Bridge. And then, this is the first one where it goes a bit, what? It goes from Smethwick Gorton Bridge to the Hawthorns. Now, this is technically something that's possible, but it's a bit convoluted. Essentially, there is a junction just south of Smethwick Gorton Bridge on the lower level, referred to as Gorton Junction. That's basically where there's a connection between the two, used for empty stop movements, etc. What this would require, and again, I don't know if this is, like, operationally possible, if it's so much there's a track that exists. You would have to pull out of, like, Gorton Bridge on the lower level. Well, this is assuming if you're stopping on the lower level and not stopping on the upper level, or both, who knows. You then go to the next signal, you reverse backwards, go through Gorton Junction, which comes out on the opposite side that you want to be from Smethwick Gorton Bridge. What you then then reverse again through the upper level of Gorton Bridge and round to the Hawthorns. So while yes, technically there is track there and it feasibly works, it's a weird way. It feels a bit like someone's gone on a map and just gone, oh, connection, like that, you know, like thinking, oh, you can just do that. Unfortunately, that's not how this one works, but I like the thinking. Then you go to Geordie Quarter, Birmingham Stonehill, Birmingham Moor Street, Bawdsley, Small Heath. Then we're going straight to Water Orton, which is where things get a little bit weird again with the St Andrews Junction and the way that Birmingham is arranged. I do believe, again, this movement is technically possible. I mean, obviously any movement's possible, but I'm more talking without going, like, all around the houses. Because technically, you know, you could easily get from Smethwick Gorton Bridge, lower level, to the Hawthorns if you went, you know, towards New Street and then went down towards Five Ways, University and all of that and did that. But that's, you know, I'm more trying to find, like, cohesive routes. But technically, like I said, I do think this one's possible. Is it reasonable? No, not really. But yeah, you'd have to do another reverse at Small Heath. And then I think it's St Andrews Junction. People in the comments are going to crucify me for this, because I don't know all the junction names. But yeah, it is feasibly possible. Is it something that I can ever see being done? Not really. Also, like, this train's going to have to be a diesel one because there's so many. I mean, obviously that's a given, but you're switching from electric to diesel quite flippantly here. Like the line that goes along the Smethwick Gorton Bridge lower level is electric. And then the line on top is a diesel line. Oh, no electrification. But then it goes off to Waterloo, goes to Parkway in Nuneaton, Rugby down Butby, goes down towards London, via Northampton, you know, all groovy. And so, we've made it now to Stafford. It took ages to get down here, you can probably see the scroll on the side. But it goes from Stafford, but then then it's going to Walsall. So basically, it's like, it's going through Wolverhampton. I don't think you don't have to go through Wolverhampton to Walsall, do you? Then it's going to like Bloxwich North, Lannywood, Cannock, Henswood, Rushy Town, and Rushy Trent Valley. Then it's going to Lichfield Trent Valley, which again works. It's just like you would have to like come onto the main line off of the little side platform and then reverse backwards, like down towards Tamworth, Polesworth, you know, one of these stations. Then randomly from Afstern, we jump to Bescott Stadium, which is the station that's south of Walsall. So at that point, how do you get there? Well, the best way I can think of, unless I'm thinking incorrectly here, would be just to go back to New Street and then go up that way. Honestly, that's the best way I can think of to get from there to there. I can't think of another way. But it's really weird, that is, because that basically means you're going back up there. So you're going Bescott Stadium, the reverse. But yeah, you're going to Bescott Stadium, Cambridge Parkway, Hampstead, Perry Bar, Whitton, Aston. For some reason, no Dudderston. But I seem to remember Dudderston comes up again later, in the most randomest way. Anyway, then we go from Aston to Stetchford, I assume via the freight link. Have we gone to Birmingham New Street yet, by the way? I don't think we have we? Lee Hall, Marston Green, Birmingham International, Hampton Island, Berks, Hotel Hill, Canley, Coventry, Kenilworth, Leamington, Warwick Parkway, Hatton, Lapworth, Dorridge, Widney Manor, Solihull, Alton, Acox Green, Tyseley, Spring Road, Hall Green. Again, you'd be reversing at Tyseley, you'd also be reversing at Leamington. Yardley Wood, Shirley, Widdocks End, Whiffle, Earlswood, The Lakes, Wood End, Danzy, Henny Yard, Warren, Beerley, Claverden, Wilmcote, Stratford-upon-Avon Parkway, Stratford-upon-Avon. Then you'd be going to Banbury, which again is possible. You just have to go all the way up the line that way. Also, I've just realised you're going to Wootton Warren, then Beerley, Claverden. So surely this would make more sense if you go Wilmcote, then Beerley and Claverden, and then Hatton and whatnot. But then you'd be going to Banbury, Kings Sutton, etc. Let's scroll down again until we find. Oh, we're back here again. We've got Worcestershire Parkway, Bromsgrove. We're coming from like the south lines now. Barnt Green, Longbridge, Northfield, Kings Norton, Bourneville, Surrey Oak, University, Five Ways, Birmingham New Street, Adderley Park. Then randomly you're going to Dudderston for some reason, even though we passed through Dudderston. No, we didn't pass through Dudderston earlier. So randomly you're going to Adderley Park, then you're reversing, going through Poofhouse Junction, which I don't even know if that's possible, from that side, up to Dudderston. You're then, for some reason, now going back to Smedic Rolfe Street, presumably because it's, it's just not been ticked off. So you're going back through New Street again, because at that point, there's not really a way to get round New Street. I mean, there is. I suppose you could go by Perry Bar Junction and go by that way. The Soho loop. Do you want to do that, though? Yeah, probably would, actually. You want to avoid New Street. Then you're going to Alvechurch and Redditch, which are back down the way you came, so you would be going back into New Street just to, again, reverse back out. Fun. Then you're going to Droitwich Spa, Worcester Shrub Hill, and Worcester Foregate Street. They're more like down by, I'm trying to think, if you're going to Redditch, yeah, you could do that. You could like come back down to Barnt Green, and then reverse back down that way. And I think at that point, that's everything in my sort of area. I'm going to keep scrolling, but I'm pretty sure Alan, hi, yeah, I've been editing this video and I've just realised I didn't mention, a little section because, I was going through it and I'm like, don't remember talking about the section between, like, Kidderminster and Starbridge and, Smelligot Bridge. And I was like, did we not mention that? And yeah, lo and behold, it didn't come up, because I completely skipped past it. But yeah, so anyway, we've got, like, you know, we come from Pilling, Severn Beach, Hartlebury, Kidderminster, and then we start going Blakedown, Hagley, Starbridge Junction, Lye, Credley Heath, Old Hill, Rowley Regis, Langley Green, all makes sense. But then the next station is Starbridge Town, which is a bit of a weird one because obviously then to get to Starbridge Town, you've then got to go back down the line. So surely you want to do Starbridge Junction, Starbridge Town, then do Starbridge Junction, then do Hackheath, and then do like the next stop down, and then, you know, Starbridge Town, then come back, then carry on. But yeah, then you go from Starbridge Town to Coventry Arena, which again is technically possible. I'm just trying to think how would be the best way to do that. You kind of want to go by Coventry, wouldn't you? So I'm thinking you go from Starbridge. Oh, actually, I think the best way you're probably going to do this actually is you go from Langley Green, you go via Galton Junction, which is what we talked about way earlier on. You take that round and onto the line from between Birmingham and Wolverhampton, and then just go through Birmingham like that. And then when you get to Coventry, you would then reverse out of Coventry and start going up that line, Coventry Arena, Bedworth, Bermuda Park, etc. In terms of Gravelly Hill, Erdington, Chester Road, Wild Green, Sutton Coldfield, Four Oaks, Butler's Lane, Blake Street, Shenfield, Litchfield City, and also Wilmcote, which is on the line between, if I'm not mistaken, is on the line between Birmingham New Street and Tamworth. How would you go about doing that? So to get from Bermuda Park to Gravelly Hill, you are just basically going to have to go in reverse and then go up to New Street and then reverse back up the cross city line. Oh no, you wouldn't have to do that, I suppose. Now think about it. You do this, you go reverse back down to Coventry, you then pull out of Coventry, reversing up towards Birmingham. Once you get to Stetchford, you take the freight link to Aston, skipping Duddeston and obviously avoiding New Street. And then from there, you go, you know, Gravelly Hill, Erdington, Chester Road, Wild Green, Sutton Coldfield, Four Oaks, Butler's Lane, Blake Street, Shenstone, Litchfield City, etc. And you get one of those. And then Wilmcote. I'm going to pull up a map real quick, but I'm fairly certain. Ah, yes, I'm editing. I'm fairly certain that Wilmcote is. You're just going to be like. I'm fairly certain I know where Wilmcote is. Here's the map. Yes, Wilmcote is on the line between Waterorton and Tamworth. So in terms of like how you would get from Litchfield City to Wilmcote, I don't think there is a connection between these two lines. I think what you literally would have to do is come back down, redo. Trying to think, how do you get from like this line to this line as quickly as possible? I don't think there's a direct link, is there? I think you're gonna have to go into New Street. Actually, I think what your best bet's gonna be for like ease is to come down. No, it's not, because I was thinking you go by Pay-by Junction, but that's not gonna work, is it? You're probably gonna want to do come into New Street and then reverse out. The only problem is, no, you can make that work. Go into platform 12 and then reverse out and get Wilmcote done. But yeah, that is the extent of my area. I'm fairly certain that none of the rest of the stops on this list are areas near me. But yeah, you know, we managed to get those ones ticked off as well. But anyway, back to past me to conclude the video. But you know, there you go. This is the train, like I say. There's one every year. I just happened to catch this one this year. I do believe I've done them again, so yeah, I mean, I'm thinking in my head, I've definitely been everywhere nearby. So yeah, but this is all of the, you know, the stations, and some of these are really interesting. I really recommend by the time you guys watch this, this will no longer be a thing, so I won't leave us a link in the description unless you have, the premium or you've paid subscription to real-time trains. But you can kind of just see how crazy this is. For a record, I got like an announcement system to read this out. It took about 30 minutes for it to read out the entire thing. Bear in mind, it missed a few stations because, they're too new, or they're North Pole International. It doesn't recognise. Finally, I just want to take a moment and thank the Ben Tries Twit on Twitter, or X, for posting this, saying only on the UK's railway could a fake train end up running 8 minutes late. This is how I found out about this, and yeah, it's been a really cool thing to sort of look into. I did a lot of looking into it, like I say, off camera, but I tried to, leave some stuff for me to look at on camera. Obviously, again, due to the nature of real-time trains, I've had to record this quite quickly, near Christmas, and it's not going to be coming out until the middle of March. But I hope you guys still find this interesting. Also, it's standard class only seating, first class sleepers, reservations are of course compulsory, and there are milk and cookies on board. I'm pretty sure as well this is detailed. Oh no, this isn't detailed, because I remember now, on the detailed version, you see it says loads, presents and coal here. You've got, it's from the Christmas parcels and coal set. It's part of the Lapland Santa's planning team. It's operated with Rudolph the Red-Nosed powered car, set 997 XMS. It's standard class only seating, and then it's all stuff I've already read. But yeah, if I go through, and you can start to see, there's a few random bits where, if we type coal, if we search for coal, you see here it says, after visiting some places in, I'm assuming, Wales, I'm not going to try and pronounce it, so I apologise. It says, naughty kid stops off to drop coal, and then down here, it stops at Butterwell Open House to pick up coal, which I really like. But yeah, it's really cool to see, and again, it's kind of funny that the train runs so late. Also, it's kind of weird that the train is just scheduled to stop at every station besides the two North Pole international stations at the same time, and then depart at the same time. There's 4-minute gap. It's a bit weird, but I feel like if they try to space it out a bit more, it would I don't know if it would work. There's too many stations in the UK. But yeah, that has been me looking through this. It's really cool. Like I say, it's going from North Pole International to North Pole International. Its head code is 1X01, and it leaves the North Pole International at 23:45, and then gets back to North Pole International at 12 minutes past midnight, or 15 minutes past even. So Santa's quite quick in the UK, apparently, on the railway. But I like this, it's another thing that you can, as a parent, if your kids are into trains, you can show this to your kid. I like the modern age and how it's helping parents with stuff with Santa trackers and things like that then can help to, sell the story a little bit more. Because I think there is still a truly magical thing, I think, about kids believing in Santa. And obviously I think it's important to try and protect that with kids for as long as possible. So I'm glad things like this exist, and I'm sure there'll be another one next year, or this year, by the time you guys are watching this, and if there is, I will probably cover it as well and see if it's changed at all. But anyway guys, that's going to be it for today's video. If you have enjoyed today's video and you want to see more content like this on the channel, then please don't forget to like it. If you are new around here, please do subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future videos just like this one. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye!